Rishikesh. Thanks for your coordination. So this series here has been going on for 10 years. Swami Ishatmananda ji came in February, March 2013. When I heard him first time, I was introduced, Swamiji, somebody told me you are a dynamite. And we thought that we have to take benefit of this magnificent personality, speaker, scholar. So on our request, Swamiji started this series here, in spite of his very busy schedule. So initially he covered over a few years history, philosophy and culture of India. And during that time he started all the way beginning of India, all the very quickly Vedas, all the Upanishads, Puranas, history. And then last few years he's been going through fragrance of Vedanta and covering all these very high level scriptures for us. So Swamiji had briefly discussed Vivekananda, Ashtavakra Samhita, and for last 2 years he's been giving us talks on this Kapilopadesha. So today's talk is the last one of this series today for this year, and next year I don't know what we will start. So I welcome you all and we benefit from this concluded session of Kapilopadesha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is a very holy place. Just by the side, Swami Vivekananda's wonderful statue. That is the biggest statue in whole America. This is over here. Outside India, yeah. And this here, the atmosphere is excellent, a wonderful atmosphere also. So I felt like the home, and then the very eager, maybe limited, but eager people to listen to the talk. That is also very, that we want only to give those people, those who can accept it, love it, and can utilize it in their own life. Thus, as Shudhaji was mentioning, that this is for last, I think 10 years, this is continuously the fragrance of Vedanta. That was under the banner of that, we are going on studying the beautiful scripture. And one is last one today is the Kapilopadesha. So let us begin with this sloka. You can repeat after me. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave. This is the December that we are going to study today. We started this scripture, Kapilopadesha, on 3rd April 2022. Anyone having the spiritual knowledge is considered as guru. Whatever may be his age or her age, he or she should be looked upon with great respect. That the first thing we learn from here, from this scripture. Kapila was the son, and he was giving instruction to his mother. But the mother was sitting below and with the folded hands, not as mother, but as disciple. So that is the unique thing. The Kapila, the son, giving Upadesha, spiritual advices to his mother, Devahuti, is an unique situation. Devahuti was a princess, and she was the wife of a great Muni, Kardama. But even then, she was so humble. The very first thing that we learn from here, that she being a Shishya or a spiritual aspirant, she was Binoyi, humble, and was having great faith in the words of Sri Kapila, her son. So when we are student of spirituality, the two qualities are essential. First, vinaya or humbleness. Second, shraddha, the complete faith. Otherwise, you will never learn. If you are going on doubting, then it won't be possible. You can ask questions to clarify all whatever you like to know, but the shraddha, there is God or the Supreme Being, something which is controlling this whole universe. That faith is necessary, the shraddha. Then the shraddha on the words of the Guru. How you will choose the Guru? By seeing his or her character. What is the character? She is full of, or he is full of love and unselfishness. These are the two characteristics of a great Guru. He or she may be educated in any other university or not, it doesn't matter. What is really necessary, these two qualities. One, unselfishness. He is not doing anything, or she is not doing anything for self-benefit, never. That is the Guru. So you are choosing the Guru in that way and having the faith in that Guru and the words of the scripture, and at the same time you are humble. Though you may be highly qualified, very intelligent, but you must be humble. Otherwise, you won't be able to learn spiritual knowledge. Other mundane knowledge, you don't need these. Though in our Bhagavad Gita and in other scriptures they say student must be humble, but still in the spirituality it is necessary. These are the basic and must qualifications of the spiritual student. A qualified teacher understands what is good for his disciple. Sri Kapila, the founder of the Samkhya, that is knowledge, taught his mother the truth, which is one, absolute, without any second. That is, everywhere in the Hindu scripture, they will take you to that one only. One without second. And why they say without second? Because the moment you say one, the conception of two automatically comes up. That's why one without second, without two. Or Dvaita. They never say that is only one. They say or, negative, no, Dvaita, two. There is no two. When there is no two, what remains? Forget about 3, 4, 5. When there is no two, only one remains. That one consciousness is present everywhere, and that consciousness is known as many. This abstract philosophy he taught with the sweetness of devotion. That is the speciality of the Kapilopadesha. And he taught this truth through the sweetness of devotion. Swami Vivekananda also said, I will teach the abstract Advaita Vedanta soaked in the syrup of devotion, fried on the pan of karma. And then I will serve it in such a way so even a child can digest it. And what is that? The Vivekananda's Vedanta, so far I understand, is manliness, is the self-confidence. The Vivekananda ever, he said, the more I grow, the more it seems to me that everything lies in manliness. Manliness means the self-confidence. Whenever the self-confidence comes, one can do many things. Without the self-confidence, we cannot do anything. There may be many teachers, many admirers, many guides, many books. But if you don't have the confidence that you will be able to do, you won't be able to do. So that is why it says the confidence, self-confidence. And Kapila is teaching his mother the abstract truth, the one, through devotion. Sri Kapila taught his mother yoga as a mode of practice to purify the mind And Devahuti, the mother, realized the truth. Now, is the abstract knowledge and the devotion and the yoga. These are the three things necessary. So what we are learning from this scripture, the Kapilopadesha, the first, anyone who has realized the truth and has become the divinity itself can become a teacher, whatever may be the age and the relation. And the quality of a student must be these two, the humbleness and faith. Quality of a teacher must be unselfishness and love. Now comes about the truth. What is the truth? It is one. How I will understand the one? Through yoga. What is the yoga? Unification. How I will unify? I will withdraw my all senses from the sense objects and direct it to that particular thing which is consciousness. And that is called tapasya. Satapa tappata. That is you are going on practicing tapasya, and then that was. Now sometimes the scientists, they are discovering how they can do that through concentration. If their mind is scattered, they won't be able to do anything. Those who are composing songs won't be able to do if their mind is not concentrated. The mind is very powerful. If you can withdraw the mind from the sense objects, there are 5 only sense objects, which attracts our 5 sense organs, only 5. The eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, and the skin. And these are going and getting involved into it and cannot come back. That is the whole problem. Now the yoga is a must for each and every one. Now it has become a craze for the meditation without knowing what is meditation. It is like when you are driving a car in 100 km speed, if you simply give the brake, what will happen? The one should not practice the meditation in that way. Meditation means slowly you have to withdraw the mind. How you will withdraw the mind? First you have to understand what actually you are going to do. Now I like to calm my mind. You cannot do that in that way. You have to understand actually what you are going to do. How? Sadhu Sangha, Sat Sangha, holy company. If you are going for a holy company, then you can understand, you can control that. First you have to know what you are going to do. So that is the reason scripture is a very great help. And when you are studying the scripture, there are so many teachings are there. We have to understand what we are going to take. Humbleness, faith, and then practice of yoga, practice of meditation, and then love for God. The God is there. And who is that God? Vishnu. What is that Vishnu? All-pervading consciousness. Look at it, the step by step. They will be teaching you Om Vishnu, Om Vishnu, Om Vishnu. And when you are thinking about the Vishnu, they will give an idea. There's the 4 hands, the God standing over there. He is all-pervading. And then that is melting into the consciousness. The all-pervasive God. That is the Vishnu. This way, if we can understand the truth. The 3rd skandha of the Bhagavata enshrined the Kapila's sermon to Devahuti. Now this book is not a separate book, though it has been taken out, but taken out from Bhagavata. A 3rd skandha of the Bhagavata, it gives about this discussion. Bhagavata is considered as a book of love. The devotees are supposed to read it because it's described about the Krishna. But who is that Krishna? It's not the Krishna that you always think ever hear. If you go to the temple, you will find the people are pulling the string and the Krishna is lying down, baby Krishna is enjoying that. And they think, the devotees think that I am serving the Krishna. Of course, through love. That is the imagination. I am serving the Krishna, and God is a little baby. It can't do anything. I am serving that baby. That is a unique approach of Hinduism. There is no any rule that you cannot approach to God. This is only the rule. By this way only you should pray. No, nothing like that. That is why Hinduism, even with the onslaught of Christianity, Islam, and then one after another, different type of political and the philosophical, it's called that the people came, they tried to, but Hinduism absorbed all those, one after another. When the Buddha came, Buddhism, they denied the God. Buddha never denied God, but the other people. But they denied the God. That was also accepted. Oh, no problem. Some people are there, they don't like to. But they are good people. Why? Because they are trying to develop the spirituality by controlling the mind. This is Hinduism. It's like the ocean. Any water coming from any side, oh, come, no problem. It's all mingling, and that ocean is becoming more and more bigger and deeper. This is the Hinduism. It takes and accepts all thoughts, all philosophy. And it says the Bhagavata, and this Bhagavata, out of the 18 Puranas, very famous Purana is Bhagavata, dedicated to Vishnu. And Vishnu, he worked as Sri Krishna and Sri Rama. So Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, even Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was also, those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, you know, his father saw the dream of the Lord Vishnu. And the Vishnu said that I am coming as your son. The Vishnu incarnated as Sri Ramakrishna. So he who was Rama, he who was Krishna, now in this modern is Sri Ramakrishna. How you will know that? If you observe the characteristics of Sri Ramachandra and Sri Krishna, same thing present in the character of Sri Ramakrishna. It's not the name, but the action that they did. And the Kapila, an incarnation of Mahavishnu. But what Kapila did? Kapila gave the philosophy. And what is that philosophy? Sankhya philosophy, that is knowledge. So when the God is coming, is not only coming with a bow and arrow to kill the Ravana. The God is manifesting in different form also. As a Kapila also he came and gave us the philosophy. Most of our philosophy based on this Sankhya. Now Vedanta is based on the Sankhya. Then they have developed, they have explained this way, that way, but basis is the Samkhya. So it's a Samkhya philosophy. Why the Lord incarnated as Kapila? To reveal the knowledge of Atman to people. That knowledge is famous as Samkhya, a noble doctrine of God love and knowledge. The Samkhya gives both. Those people say that they don't believe in the existence of God, but the love for God is there, the Vishnu. And when he is teaching the meditation, he is teaching that you must meditate on the Lord Vishnu. This is concluding in this way. In the conclusion, 27th chapter, so Kapila said to his mother, Mata, O mother, through complete dedication to God, that is bhakti, through unselfish service, karma, if one can develop intense dispassion, purna vairagya, then only one can realize the truth, tattva jnana. So what is that tattva jnana? Everything is one. How one will understand that, realize that? He is giving the steps. First, devotion to God. So when you are thinking about the God, your mind is withdrawn from the other things. When you go to the temple, always it is advisable, forget about all other things. Your grandchildren and people who have come with you, and what the priest is doing, why that man is sitting over there. Forget everything. Go straight to the God and worship. Now I went to Tirupati, and that Tirupati, the Balaji, when you are going to that, they will be going through a different, of course, so many people, obviously, you have to go in a long line. But when you are slowly, a little slope is there, you have to be very careful. And when you are going down, you can straight look to that. Inside the darkness, two bright eyes are there. And that is the Tirupati looking at you. If you don't know that, and at that moment if you are looking down to be careful about your steps, you miss that. So that is the unique way they have kept. Of course, they should, I thought, this is a modern time, they should at least write, be careful that is, the slope is there, but little slope, not much. And you won't be able to fall because so many people in the front and the back, there is no chance to fall this side or that side. You have straight. But anyway, when you are going, if you are careful, and if there is someone who will say, this is the moment, be careful, and focus your eye. There is no other lights. There is no other design. Straight to the God, and the bright two eyes you can see for a glance. And then people will push you and you have to go out. But that is the darshan of Tirupati. You need not to go again and again. Once is sufficient. But if you are really devoted to God, then what is happening? Your devotion. And then just to get a glance of that, you are walking and climbing the hill. People is walking 24 hours to climb the hill. And then you are in the line, hundreds and thousands of people. And slowly, slowly you are going over there. There will be the shouting and the jaya, etc. And in that commotion, you have to concentrate. That is the secret. But no one says that. If someone says that, then it will be better for the people who are going over there. Actually, what we should do, concentration. And they are going on giving that, what they say, the Tirupati, that Govinda, Govinda, right? The Govinda, Govinda, they will be saying like that. And thousands of people shouting in that way. And they are pushing you. You are going. And suddenly that blessed moment will come. So this is the teaching of the scripture. So you have to withdraw your mind when you are going to the temple, even in Rama temple. So many people are doing so many things. Priests are moving from here to there. People are sitting over there. Some children are running. And all these things. But your focus should be on the Sri Ramachandra. That practice if you can do, withdrawing the mind and focusing your whole mind on God, you get the blessings of God. So what actually necessary? Focusing the mind. Your own mind. That much and nothing else. And why mind gets scattered? Because of the worldly things. And the world will always attract you. Different type of things will be all around. But even then, you have to think of, no, I have come to this place only for this. That is exactly what the Kapila is teaching to his mother. And he says, O mother, through complete dedication to God. Not dedication to God, complete dedication to God. Nothing else but God. The moment I am entering into the temple, I should not look what they are selling, what are the things available. Oh, have you noticed here also? I sometimes, when I go, I think, look at it. When you are going to the God, of course the front door is closed, so you have to go by the side. There is a shop, and there are books are there, different type of things available, and gift items are there. Naturally, people get attracted to that shop. Then after few steps, there will be a kitchen. and you can get the aroma, that smell of the dosa and all that. So your mind, oh, dosa is, acha, like that you are going. You have to withdraw all those temptations. And when you are in the temple, the big hall, so many people are doing so many different things. Someone is going to this Krishna temple, someone is Mahabir temple, these, that, but your focus is to Sri Ramachandra. And your focus on Ramachandra, you are going to the Sri Ramachandra, whether the priest will give me the prasad or not, don't care about that. Whether he is showing the light and giving it to me, don't care about that. You and your God. That is called complete dedication. This dedication, complete dedication to God. And the unselfish service. What is the unselfish service? I have seen the people, they come over here, do the voluntary work. But suppose you are not allowing him, he or she won't come to temple. That is not unselfish. If I have got the opportunity to do something within my capacity, I will do. And if I don't, no problem for me. Whether I am a trustee or not, whether I am in the office bearer or not, it doesn't matter at all. I am coming to my God, that's all. And if I see something wrong, something is there, I can try to clean that because it's my God's place. That is called unselfish work. Any selfishness, well, I am doing it, somebody should notice it. No, that is not. They have noticed that many of the people, they'll be showing what they have done. Every step somebody is there at the back taking to the camera. Is that unselfish work? Actually, it's a planned work. That whatever I am picking up something, say I am cleaning the road, and that should be there, and proper time I will show it to people. All selfishness. No, unselfishness, unheard, unseen, but you are doing that. And doing with love for God, that is the teaching of Kapila. And if one can develop intense dispassion, Purna Vairagya, through love, devotion, through unselfish work, you are developing Purna Vairagya at that dispassion. How? Because you are practicing from the beginning, whatever the work I do, should be unnoticed. So naturally, and the love for God, that is also unnoticed. You know to God. And when you are reaching to the God, you are calling on God. God, I am here, I am here, I am here. There are many stories. You will wonder, it's not imagination, it's true. In the Jagannatha, the one gentleman, he was blind and also lame. And he wanted to reach to the Jagannatha that particular day and to pull the rope. Hundreds and thousands of people, they will be there. And this poor man was not having any money also. So he was somehow going on crawling and going on praying to God. I am only a few miles away. Please wait, I am coming. You should not leave. And when he was almost in a mile away and he could not reach, and the proper time, the king of that place came, all the priest was there, they chanted the mantra, they pulled the chariot, but chariot didn't move. There are so many ways they tried, not even an inch. Then the chief priest, he went inside and meditated, and he found that the Lord is mentioning, my devotee, he is over there, bring him. Otherwise I won't go. It is true. And one of our Swamiji, he said, that is true. And the priest came and announced that. Immediately one ambulance ran over there, and they found a person with all dust and everything. He is trying to come to that place where they are drawing the chariot. They picked him up and brought him. The moment he came and touched that rope, it started rolling. So that means it's true, this God is there. It's not all the cock and bull stories. That truly is there. So that devotion if we are having, and the work that if we can do, and that generates Purna Vairagya, complete dispassion. Then only one can realize the truth. Tattva Jnana. What is the Tattva? Everything is nothing but the consciousness. And that in the 27th chapter, he mentioned in this way. Then that person became Sarvata Jata Vairagya Abrahma Bhuvana Muni. And that he says, he gets the liberation, Mukti. And Sarvatra Jata Vairagya, as because he was having the dispassion, complete dispassion, he never cared for name, fame, money, physical comfort, nothing. And Abrahma Bhuvana Muni, he saw that great and became Muni. He himself became that Muni. In the next 28th chapter, Sri Kapila is mentioning Yogasya Lakshanam Bhakshe Sajivasya Nripatmaje Mano Enaiva Vidhina Prasannam Yati Satpatam. Nripatmaje. He is not, sometimes he is calling Mata, and sometimes Nripatmaje. That means the daughter of a king. Nripa means king. Atmaje is the daughter. So, daughter of a king, I will tell you the yoga. Why daughter of a king? Because it's difficult. Will you be able to do? Because you were born and grew up in comfort. But this yoga, if you have to practice, is difficult for you. So I am telling you, it is up to you to practice. Because his mother wanted to know. I shall now explain the technique of meditation to you. By practicing this meditation, mind becomes purified and moves towards the supreme consciousness. Meditation, how it helps? Become purified. What is the purification of mind? There is no thought of worldliness. That much. We go and bathe in the Ganges. All through our life, we never become purified. All the time we are drinking only Ganges water. Now it is, of course, difficult. But we don't become purified because we don't know what is purification. Purification means there should not be any thought of the worldliness. And then what is this worldliness? I am a doctor. I should not care about the patients. No, that is not. There again, Swadharma. As a doctor, you are responsible for these patients. You must be very careful how you can help them. But you are not attached to that. That is called the purification. We are living in this world, but I am not attached. Most of the time, I remember that our Swamis used to say, and it's a beautiful song is also there, the Swami Vivekananda, the first time he sang that song to Sri Ramakrishna, and he went into Samadhi. Oh mind, why you are loitering over here as a tourist? This is not your place. Your place, your abode is different. You have to go back over there. Similarly, if we think ourselves as a tourist over here, then there is no problem. We go to visit some place, we see those places, we enjoy, we take the photograph, and we forget about that. We are not involved into that problem. So that way we have to be in this world. When we are in this world, we are born in some place, the father and mother, the brother, then slowly we grow up, we go to different other places, and people and the environments, they go on changing. I am just a tourist, enjoying with everyone, and no bad feeling with anything, but that's why, that way enjoy. And that purifies the mind. If I am not attached to the worldly things, my mind is purified. It doesn't mean that I should not eat, I should not sleep, I should not wear the clothing. It's not wrong. Everything you should have, but no attachment to that. Somebody gave Swami Vivekananda a very costly watch and in France. And when he was getting down, the coachman helped him to get down, and he saw the watch. He said, "Oh, you have a beautiful watch." Swamiji immediately took it out and said, "You liked it? No, this is yours." No attachment at all. So what I'm going to do with the watch? And you'll find that some of the rich people, they're having 20 different varieties of watches. And that will be there. When they're changing the dress, they change the watch also. The watch is giving only the timing, nothing else. But that is the fashion, that is the way they live. They think that is very good. For us, the ordinary people, it is nothing. So don't get attached to those things. You like to enjoy that like a tourist. So this is the teaching he is giving, and he says that is the, and it says one must stick to one's own duty, Swadharma. Second, one should not venture to perform others' duty, Vidharma Nivartanam. Vidharma Nivartanam. One should not do that. That will be, I was in Assam, that one young boy, he used to come along with me to move. And sometimes when I'm taking rest, he will be giving advice to the people. Then I used to go and he will be going giving that. Because he was with me, so he heard so many things, he knew that. So he also started telling. That was nothing wrong, but he started accepting the pranami, and they will be touching their head, blessing them, and then some of the sweets and fruits. The villagers, very simple, they don't understand. And he was a very good looking, and he'll be. Then he said, "Maharaj, they want me to do that." I told, "Don't do that. That is not your dharma." He was a businessman. Now you have to look after your business because your family is there. You have to maintain your family. And that also the standard is there. Your son is studying in a school, very costly. You have to earn money to maintain that. This is my dharma. So this is my sadharma. This is not your dharma. It is vidharma. That is the reason one should not practice in that way. One should not venture to perform. See how it is saying? To others' duty. Vidharma nivartanam. One must be happy with one's own achievement. Santosha. Whatever God has given to me, that much it is good to me. It's okay. What I am going to do with other things. Some people are happy, some people are very popular, some people are this, some people are that may be. But I am happy. Why? I got so many things God has given to me. So that is the way one should be. One must be happy with one's own achievement. One must serve holy people to subdue his ego. Archanam. Archana means almost like worshipping. The holy people, if you are going and serving them, you are touching their feet or washing their feet and then doing many work for them. By that way you are becoming humble. You are a great person. In the world, when you go, you have so much respect. But you are coming to a holy person and becoming like that, that helps you, not the holy person, helping you. Why? Because your ego is becoming lesser and lesser. Then it says on the 28th and 4th sloka, Ahimsa satyam asteyam yavat artha parigraha brahmacharjam tapashaucham swadhyaya purusharchanam. Then worshipping the divine, and at the same time, as is every time in our scripture they say, first is ahimsa. There should not be enmity in the heart. That is very, very essential. If the enmity is there in the heart, that means you are not understanding that God is in everything. When I am hurting someone, I am hurting the God because He is God. He may not know it, but I should know it, and accordingly I should behave. Satyam, truthfulness, asteyam, non-stealing, yavat artha parigraha, accept only that much which is required for you, and self-control, austerity, purity, study, and respecting the holy people. These are the actions one must perform. These are called tapasya. What is spiritual tapasya? This. And going and standing inside where in the winter time, the people will be standing inside the water doing tapasya. That is physical tapasya. But these are the tapasya one should do. By practicing all these, one becomes free from worldly attachment. And then the intense meditation will lead him to the knowledge of the pure consciousness. Whenever there is an opportunity, sit for meditation. That is the unique thing. If you can sit for meditation and can imagine that within your heart there is a lotus, and the lotus color is red, on that you see your Ishta Devata Devi. If you are not initiated yet, you can see the light. A lamp is burning on that. And slowly, slowly, there is no lotus, only the lamp. And then only the light, and you are merged into that light. You are not scratching, you are not thinking, you are not hearing any sound. That should be the meditation. And by that way one can purify. Third skanda, 29th chapter, begins with the questions of the mother, Devahuti. She wanted to know the details about, first, the path of devotion, the circle of birth and death of the individual self, and about the knowledge through which one can go beyond suffering. So also she wanted to know about the time, the kala. So this is the 29th chapter. She wanted to know 4 questions. In reply, the Kapila Muni, he said, there are 3 types of bhakti. First is devotion. First 3 different type of bhakti. Tamasika, Rajasika, Sattika. What is the Tamasika bhakti? They will worship God so that they can create problem for others. That is also bhakti. This Ravana, he practiced meditation for so many years. And if you read all these stories, all the asuras, they practiced meditation. And when the God came, instead of let me be free from this life, no. They wanted, give me power so that I can make people suffer. I will control the world. That is called Tamasika Bhakti. Bhakti, devotion is there. But Tamasika, why? I should rule over others. There's a funny stories are there. One person was meditating on Shiva. The Shiva appeared, a simple person, and says, Shiva, please give me a blessings so that whenever I touch my hand on somebody's head, he should burn to ashes. Shiva told, okay. Now this person said, and is it really working? Shiva said, hey, what is it? I gave the boon and it is surely working. Let me test. And test means only Shiva and he, there is no other. So he wanted to touch the head of the Shiva. Shiva told, hey, what is it? I will burn, no. No, I like to taste, then only I will accept. Shiva started running because he has already given the boon and it will be effective. And this fellow is so, and then he wanted to kill Shiva so that he is not giving this boon to anybody else. This is also bhakti, but tamasika bhakti. Somehow the story goes, Shiva went to Vishnu and Vishnu told, why you are panting? What happened? Now I am running for this man, this happened. He wanted this boon I gave and now he wanted to test on me. Vishnu told, hide somewhere, I will manage. Vishnu is the administrator, he knew what to do. And the moment that gentleman came, that Ashura, he said, why you are running in this summer? And he said, no, this is the thing, I want to test it. You test it, if you put the hand on somebody's head, it is burning or not. Your head is so close to you. Why don't you put your hand on your head and see what is the result? And he said, that's true. He kept the hand on his head and that was Bhashma Ashura. Ashura Bhashma. Bhashma means that became ashes. These are the way they say. This is also devotion, but tamasika devotion. They get the blessings, but they misutilize the blessings. Then Rajasika. They pray that people should appreciate me, accept me. That is tamas. Rajasika, and Swatika only for the others. Worship for the liberation from the bondage of this life. So that is he said in that way. And then he said, realize me, the Supreme Being, one should worship my image. That's why the image worship. The Hindus, they worship images, because he said, you must worship my image. And you'll find next how he is giving the instruction. Why images? Because it helps us. When you go and see, look at the beautiful image of Goddess Durga, and you are looking at like that, the one American boy and the girl came to, I was there that time in Himalaya, for 1 month I was there. They came, and the in-charge Swami told, see, I can't handle them, the way they speak and what they want. You better talk to them. Then it's okay. These two, and the last day, I was about to leave and they will also leave. We went to a temple over there, and that is the Durga temple. And they said, can you please give us some Indian name so that we'll remember. In Himalaya, we got the Indian name. And there was Mother Durga's, the image was there. I told, let your name, the girl, Parvati. Parvati is Durga. She was very happy. Then the boy told my name. I told Ganesha. Thinking the Ganesha is the first god. But he said, is there any image? I couldn't see the image. Then, okay. We came down, and then when we came back to our ashrama, we went for the tea. In the kitchen, in India, you know the calendar, the pictures will be there and the dates. Ganesha's picture was there. I showed him, hey, this is the Ganesha picture. Oh my God, you must change my name, he said. Because the Ganeshas, they're different. She got a beautiful name and a beautiful image. Why would I told, she will get the puja after you only. Because Ganesha is the first god. You have to worship Ganesha, but you don't change my name. So this way, the images gives you an idea immediately, and you can get attached to that. So this is he is mentioning, worship my image. Then second, honor holy people and serve them. Mahatam bahu manena. Keep the mind free from the attachment. Help the poor and suffering. Dinanam anukampaya. If you are helping the poor, God is pleased. Why? The God gives the opportunity for you to generate compassion. And if you are utilizing that compassion as puja, as worship, that purifies your mind. It's not that your help only going to help them to survive. They will survive. But if you are doing it, you are getting yourself purified. Next two verses I should read. There's a unique thing in the Bhagavata, and that is the best verses of the Kapila. He said, Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma avastita sada tam abhagayama marta kurute archana vilambanam. I reside in all beings as their innermost soul. Tvam, you, not understanding this truth, only worship through images. He said, worship in the images. Then, one step ahead. In the beginning, worship in the images. But then you should come out of that, out of the temple, and can see God in every being. And that is the best teaching of the Bhagavata. The Tvam abhagayama marta kurute archana vilambanam. The unuseful. Archana, the worship, is this vilambanam, the no use. Sometimes you will hear the Brahmanas, they are not allowing the people to enter into the temple. Oh, you are low caste, you should not enter. They are actually driving out the God. Nothing will happen. The poor people, they are only worshipping the stone all through their life. And no benefit, no spiritual benefit, progress, because they are not understanding this teaching of. That is the reason one should study scripture. If you don't study scripture, you won't know. Out of your impulse and some of the social practices, you are trying to impose and thinking that you are doing the spirituality. No. So this is, second he says, Yomam sarveshu bhuteshu santa atmanavishwaram hitva archam bhajate maudhyam bhashmaneva jyotisaha. Yomam sarveshu bhuteshu santa. This regarding me present in all beings as their soul and divinity. I am their soul and I am divine over there, present in every being. And ignoring your worshipping only in images, such worship is as ineffective as pouring the oblation in the ashes. So this is the teaching and this is Vedanta. Though the Bhagavata is the book of love, but Bhagavata is a book of knowledge. And here one becomes broad-minded. We start our devotion with an image, but then we go and embrace the whole universe by seeing that same God everywhere. The poor man sitting outside the temple and begging, and the image, the same God. This is called realization. If one can understand that, then only. In the 30th chapter, Kapila explained the kala, the time. This is also a unique conception. If the time is not there, kala is not there, then there will be nothing effective. So he explained that what is the kala. And in sloka 36 to 45, Kapila explained what is time. It is in this the unique power of the Lord causing transformation of beings into different forms. It's called the kala. Then in the last two chapters, it says, the third skanda, 31st chapter, deals with the birth of a jiva. How the jiva will take birth. In details it is there. And I am not quoting here, but in great details it has been mentioned in the Kapilopadesha, and that is in the Bhagavata. How the jiva will take birth because of the karma. Devahuti wanted to know about it in details so that hearing one can think 100 times before getting attached to physical enjoyment. Because that is the main thing. That if you are going for that, again you have to come back. Then we will conclude. Sammak darshanaya buddhya yoga vairagya yuktaya maya virachite loke charinyasya kalevaram. With clear understanding about the life one should live in the world, detaching oneself from the obsessive body consciousness. And they are not asking that you should not do anything. Sometimes they complain against the Hinduism that it teaches such a philosophy, the people, they don't like to work at all. No, that is exactly opposite. Hinduism always encourages people to perform the sadharma. And when you are performing the sadharma perfectly, then only your mind is strong and you know that successful mind you can apply to others also. If you are not successful anywhere, you cannot be successful in spiritual life also. You have to be successful everywhere. Otherwise, it is impossible. So to become a really realized one, you have to give up. If you are not having anything, what you will give up? The one boy came to Swami Vivekananda. He was not physically also perfect, mentally also he was challenged. And he came, I like to be monk. Swamiji told, Can you tell lies? No. Go practice telling lies. Then come. Why you know? To tell the lies, you need the intelligence. Because in the sad situation, you have to convince the person in such a way, so you have to have that intellect, to utilize that intellect and then telling the lies. If you don't have that even, how can you think that you can give up all this maya, this attachment, and can realize God? It is not so easy. Ashishta, Dorishta, Balishta, those who are becoming really the aspirant to realize the God must have this mental attitude, very strong attitude. The ones I have given up, no more. I am not going to take it. That attitude should be there. And that is in the 31st. 32nd and 33rd chapter, Kapila explained the result of the Shattika mental attitude. There are details of, in that 31st chapter, also the details about the suffering of people. The Naraka, there are so many Narakas that there. In the Bhagavata, the Naraka is explained. Not in the Upanishad. In the Bhagavata they say, why Naraka? Then people will be afraid. And in the Naraka, all the descriptions of the Naraka, if you have done this type of thing, then this type of thing, then this, like that it is said. So these are the way they prepare the mind of the people. And we conclude the Kapilopadesha today. Maybe in the next year, 2024, we will take up some other scripture we will announce afterwards. And almost all the scriptures, they ultimately take us to the same idea that you have to detest your mind. How? By performing your work diligently but unattached way. Swadharma, whatever responsibility that you have taken, that you must perform very perfectly but in an unattached way. That much. And then you have to practice the worshipping of God and all. And when you are doing that, you are developing also the idea that God is everywhere. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, Jibe prem kare jai jan. One who is loving the beings, Shei jan, that person, Seviche Ishar, that person is truly serving the God. This unique conception came from Kapila, because God is all-pervading. But we begin with duality and conclude in Advaita. Thank you, friends. Let us say Shanti 3 times to conclude this. Please repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat.